Most people don't realize that lunch is the meal that has the biggest impact on your circulation. Why? Because this is when your blood pressure naturally rises, inflammation is higher, and your arteries work harder to move blood after your midday meal. The foods you choose at lunch can either stiffen your vessels, thicken your blood, and spike your BP, or they can boost nitric oxide, improve flow, calm inflammation, and strengthen your arteries for the rest of the day. In this video, you'll learn how to build the perfect circulation plate, the ideal lunchtime combination of vegetables, healthy proteins, fats, and heart-supporting foods that improve blood flow and protect your vessels. You'll discover what to add more of, what to limit, and the simple food pairings that support smoother BP and cleaner arteries. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and not medical advice. The base: nitric oxide boosting vegetables. If you want smoother blood flow, steadier blood pressure, and arteries that stay open, your lunch must start with one thing: vegetables that boost nitric oxide, the molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and widen. Most people eat lunch that's heavy, salty, or carb-dense. The result? Afternoon BP spikes, sluggish circulation, inflammation, and reduced mental clarity. But when your lunch begins with nitrate-rich, polyphenol-rich vegetables, you instantly activate your body's nitric oxide pathway. This improves artery flexibility, reduces vessel stiffness, and helps your blood move with far less effort. Instead of your heart pushing harder, your vessels simply open, naturally and safely. Inside your body, nitric oxide boosting vegetables work in several powerful ways. Nitrates, from leafy greens and beets, convert into nitric oxide, increasing vessel dilation. Polyphenols protect nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly. Minerals like potassium and magnesium support electrolyte balance and prevent vessel constriction. Fiber slows digestion and prevents post-meal blood sugar spikes that tighten arteries. Antioxidants protect your endothelial lining, the surface that controls blood flow signals. A plate with the right vegetables can increase nitric oxide levels within just 1 to 3 hours, right when most people experience circulation dips. Dr. Insight: research published in Circulation, the Journal of Nutrition, in Harvard Health consistently shows that nitrate-rich vegetables improve endothelial function and increase arterial elasticity. Doctors often recommend including these vegetables daily to reduce afternoon BP spikes and improve microcirculation. Leafy greens are especially emphasized because they offer the strongest and most consistent nitric oxide boost of any food category. Real-world example: imagine someone who feels heavy or tired after lunch, gets cold hands or feet in the afternoon, or sees their BP rise later in the day. They switch their lunch base to leafy greens, cucumber, tomatoes, herbs, and beet slices. Within a week, they notice lighter energy, fewer BP fluctuations, and smoother circulation. Their heart didn't suddenly get stronger. Their vessels finally received what they were missing. Here's the part most people never hear: your body produces more nitric oxide from vegetables than from expensive nitric oxide supplements. How to apply safely: build your lunch plate with a 50% vegetable base, focusing on leafy greens, spinach, arugula, kale, Swiss chard; beets or beetroot powder for the strongest nitrate boost; cucumbers, hydration plus electrolytes; tomatoes, antioxidants plus potassium; bell peppers, vitamin C preserves nitric oxide; red cabbage, polyphenols for artery protection; fresh herbs like parsley and cilantro, circulation-enhancing compounds. Preparation tips: dress vegetables with lemon juice to protect nitric oxide. Add olive oil for better absorption of antioxidants. Avoid heavy creamy dressings. They reduce nitrate conversion. A simple formula works best: half your plate equals leafy greens plus colorful vegetables plus a nitrate source like beets. A strong nitric oxide foundation is the heart of a circulation-friendly lunch. When you start your plate with the right vegetables, your arteries open, inflammation drops, and your blood flows with far less resistance. This single shift transforms your midday circulation more than any supplement. The proteins: clean, lean, and vascular friendly. If vegetables open your arteries, the right protein keeps them strong. But here's the part most people never hear. Your lunch protein can improve circulation or quietly stiffen your arteries for hours. Proteins affect your blood vessels more than you think. Lean, clean proteins lower inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and prevent the fatty blood sludge that makes arteries stiff after meals. But heavy, processed, or fried proteins create oxidative stress, constrict vessels, and raise BP. Choosing the right protein at lunch determines whether your circulation gets a midday boost or a silent setback. Inside your body, heart-healthy proteins support circulation in 4 key ways. They reduce post-meal inflammation. Lean proteins like salmon, sardines, lentils, tofu, and grilled chicken produce fewer inflammatory byproducts than processed meats. They prevent blood from thickening. Fatty fried proteins increase triglycerides for several hours, making blood move slower. Clean proteins do the opposite. They support nitric oxide and vessel repair. Proteins rich in arginine, such as salmon, tuna, chickpeas, lentils, pumpkin seeds, and turkey, help your body create nitric oxide, the molecule that relaxes arteries. They keep blood sugar steady. Stable blood sugar equals stable BP and fewer vessel stress spikes. This makes protein choice one of the most important parts of a circulation-supportive lunch. Dr. Insight. Research from the American Heart Association, Harvard Health, and the Journal of Nutrition shows that meals high in processed meats, sausages, nuggets, deli meats, fried chicken, increase inflammatory markers, arterial stiffness, and oxidative stress within hours. Meanwhile, meals centered on lean fish, plant proteins, or unprocessed poultry improve endothelial function and reduce post-meal BP spikes. Cardiologists often recommend lunch proteins that are low in saturated fat, are unprocessed, come with omega-3s or clean plant fiber. Don't overload your digestive system at midday. This allows arteries to stay open and responsive throughout the afternoon. Real-world example. Imagine 2 lunches. Lunch A, a fried chicken sandwich. Lunch B, salmon or lentils with leafy greens. Lunch A causes triglycerides to spike, vessels to stiffen, and blood to thicken. Many people feel heavy or sleepy afterward. Circulation slows. Lunch B provides omega-3 fats and nitric oxide-friendly amino acids. People feel lighter, more focused, and experience fewer afternoon BP rises. Same calories, completely different cardiovascular effect. Here's the surprising truth. Your arteries respond to lunch protein within 20 to 30 minutes, either relaxing or tightening, depending on your choice. How to apply safely. Build your plate with circulation-friendly proteins. Best choices, rotate daily. Salmon or sardines, omega-3 powerhouse, improves vessel elasticity. Grilled or baked chicken, clean protein, low inflammation. Turkey, arginine-rich for nitric oxide. Lentils or chickpeas, plant protein plus fiber plus minerals. Tofu or tempeh, soy protein, improves LDL and artery function. Beans, magnesium, potassium, and protein together strengthen vessel relaxation. Avoid or strictly limit fried chicken, deli meats, sausages, nuggets, beef burgers, anything heavily salted or processed. Portion guidance: fish or poultry, 3 to 4 ounces. Plant proteins, 3/4 to 1 cup. Mixed seed bean blends, 2 to 3 tablespoons added on top. Pair proteins with vegetables from section 1 for the strongest circulation effect. The right protein keeps blood flowing smoothly, reduces inflammation, and prevents midday artery stiffness. Lean fish, unprocessed poultry, and plant proteins nourish your vessels, while processed or fried proteins quietly work against your heart. At lunchtime, the protein you choose matters more than you think. The fats, oils, and healthy fats that keep arteries flexible. Most people fear fats, but here's the truth. The right fats are essential for smooth, flexible arteries and healthy blood pressure. In fact, the oils you use at lunch can determine whether your vessels stay open or tighten and inflame. Your arteries are lined with a delicate layer called the endothelium. This layer releases nitric oxide, controls vessel relaxation, and prevents plaque from forming. The wrong fats, especially seed oils heated at high temperatures, trans fats, and heavily processed oils, damage this lining. But the right fats protect it, improve blood flow, reduce inflammation, and support healthier cholesterol. Healthy fats also slow digestion, stabilize blood sugar, and prevent the post-meal BP spike many people experience after lunch. Your circulation plate absolutely requires the correct fats, but in the right amounts and from the right sources. Inside your body, how healthy fats protect arteries. Healthy fats improve cardiovascular function through several mechanisms. Reduce inflammation inside the arteries. Increase nitric oxide production, helping blood vessels relax. Improve HDL cholesterol, your body's natural artery cleaner. Protect LDL from oxidation, stopping plaque at the earliest stage. Lubricate the endothelium, improving flow. Stabilize blood sugar, reducing post-meal vessel constriction. These fats keep your blood flowing smoothly and support the flexibility of arteries, one of the strongest predictors of long-term heart health. Real-world example. Imagine two identical lunches. One uses olive oil, avocado, and a handful of nuts. The other uses processed dressings, fried add-ons, or reheated seed oils. Both meals may look similar, but inside the body they behave totally differently. Meal number 1 calms inflammation, improves nitric oxide, and keeps blood flowing. Meal number 2 stiffens arteries within hours and raises BP. The difference isn't the calories, it's the fats. Here's a surprising fact. 1 tablespoon of high-quality olive oil can improve artery dilation within just 2 hours. How to apply safely. Heart-healthy fats for your lunch plate. 1. Extra virgin olive oil, EVOO. Rich in polyphenols. Protects LDL from oxidation. Supports nitric oxide. Use 1 tablespoon as dressing on salads or vegetables. 2. Avocado. Full of monounsaturated fats. Reduces inflammation. Stabilizes blood sugar. Use 1/4 to 1/2 avocado sliced into bowls, wraps, or salads. 3. Fatty fish, if included at lunch. Salmon, sardines, trout. Provide EPA and DHA. Support flexible vessels. Use 2 to 3 servings per week. 4. Nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, chia, flax. Provide omega-3s and antioxidants. Use 1 small handful or 1 tablespoon sprinkled on meals. 5. Avoid these fats entirely. Fried foods. Cheap seed oils heated at high temperatures. Soybean, corn, canola. Margarine and trans fats. Packaged creamy dressings. These cause inflammation and stiffen arteries within hours. Healthy fats aren't optional. They're essential for a heart-healthy lunch. Use olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, and fish-based fats to keep arteries flexible and blood pressure steady. These fats transform your lunch from food into true cardiovascular protection. The carbs, smart, slow, and BP-friendly. Carbs aren't the enemy, the wrong carbs are. When chosen carefully, carbohydrates can actually help lower blood pressure, stabilize blood sugar, and fuel smooth, steady blood flow after lunch. Most people experience an afternoon BP rise because of post-meal spikes in blood sugar and insulin. Highly processed carbs, white bread, fried snacks, sugary sides, digest too quickly, tighten blood vessels, and trigger inflammation inside arteries. But slow digesting, fiber-rich carbs have the opposite effect. They stabilize energy, support nitric oxide, reduce sodium sensitivity, and keep blood flowing smoothly. The right carbs belong on every heart-healthy lunch plate, inside your body. Smart carbs support your cardiovascular system in several ways. Lower glycemic impact. Prevents blood sugar spikes that constrict arteries. High-soluble fiber. Reduces LDL, slows digestion, and supports better BP control. Feed gut bacteria, which produce short-chain fatty acids that lower inflammation. Provide potassium and magnesium, essential for healthy sodium balance. Support nitric oxide, especially when paired with leafy greens. These carbs digest slowly, keep insulin steady, and prevent sudden tightening of blood vessels after your midday meal. Dr. Insight. Studies published in Circulation, the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, and research from Harvard show that low glycemic, fiber-rich carbs significantly reduce post-meal BP spikes and improve endothelial function. The DASH diet, famous for lowering BP, works largely because of its emphasis on potassium-rich whole grains, beans, and root vegetables. Cardiologists consistently emphasize that the problem isn't carbs themselves. It's refined carbohydrates that lack fiber and minerals. Here's something almost no one knows. Fiber-rich carbs can lower BP as effectively as some mild medications, simply by improving vessel relaxation and sodium balance. How to apply safely. Here are the best carb choices for your circulation plate. 1. Whole grains, half cup cooked. Quinoa, brown rice, buckwheat, barley, whole wheat couscous, rich in magnesium, fiber, and slow-burning starches. 2. Beans and lentils, half to 1 cup. Chickpeas, black beans. Lentils provide potassium, plant protein, and soluble fiber that lowers LDL. 3. Root vegetables, 1 cup. Sweet potatoes and carrots. Beets. Beets offer a nitric oxide bonus. Sweet potatoes balance sodium with potassium. 4. Fiber-rich fruit, optional side. Berries, apples, pears. Their polyphenols protect arteries from oxidative stress. Carbs to avoid at lunch. White bread. White rice, unless paired with fiber-heavy vegetables. Fried potato dishes. Sugary sauces and sweetened dressings. Instant noodles. These cause rapid blood sugar spikes that tighten arteries. The best carbs for heart health are slow, steady, and rich in fiber. They nourish good gut bacteria, improve vessel relaxation, support nitric oxide, and stabilize BP after lunch. When you choose whole grains, beans, and root vegetables, and skip processed carbs, your circulation stays smooth, your afternoon BP remains stable, and your heart works with far less strain. The extras, herbs, spices, and toppings that improve circulation. If you want better circulation without changing your entire diet, the secret is simple. Upgrade the extras. The herbs, spices, and toppings you add to your lunch can have a bigger impact on your arteries than the main meal itself. We often focus on big nutrition categories, protein, carbs, fats, but the real circulation boosters are hidden in herbs, spices, and small toppings. These contain concentrated antioxidants, nitric oxide enhancers, anti-inflammatory compounds, and minerals that help blood move more freely. They also protect the endothelium, the delicate inner lining of your arteries that controls how widely your vessels open. Even a small sprinkle of the right herbs can lower post-meal blood pressure, improve blood flow, and reduce oxidative stress. Inside your body. Here's how strategic add-ons support artery health. Garlic, raw or lightly cooked, contains allicin, a powerful vasodilator that improves nitric oxide and reduces vessel stiffness. It also reduces LDL oxidation, a critical step in slowing plaque formation. Ginger improves circulation by relaxing smooth muscle and vessel walls. Also reduces inflammation and helps stabilize post-meal blood sugar. Turmeric with black pepper. Curcumin reduces endothelial inflammation and improves vascular repair. Black pepper increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Cayenne pepper, capsaicin, boosts nitric oxide, improves blood flow, and may help lower BP by relaxing vessel walls. Fresh herbs, basil, cilantro, parsley, mint. These contain nitrates, antioxidants, chlorophyll, and vitamin C, all of which improve vessel flexibility and nitric oxide availability. Seeds, chia, flax, hemp, pumpkin, sesame. Rich in omega-3s, magnesium, and antioxidants. They reduce inflammation and lower post-meal BP spikes. Lemon or lime juice. Vitamin C protects nitric oxide from breaking down and enhances iron absorption. This helps deliver oxygen more efficiently throughout your body. Olive tapenade or avocado slices provide monounsaturated fats that keep arteries supple and lower post-meal cholesterol spikes. Each of these toppings adds microdoses of nutrients that directly affect blood flow. Dr. Insight, research from the American Heart Association, Harvard Health, and journals like Circulation show that herbs and spices can measurably reduce blood pressure, improve endothelial function, and lower inflammation when used daily. Garlic supplements reduce systolic BP by 5 to 8 millimeters of mercury. Turmeric improves arterial function in as little as 8 weeks. Ginger significantly reduces blood viscosity and improves flow. Capsaicin boosts nitric oxide within minutes. Doctors often recommend herbs and spices for patients who can't tolerate high-dose supplements because food-based compounds work gently and consistently. How to apply safely: add 1 to 2 cloves of fresh garlic to meals. Use 1/2 to 1 teaspoon each of turmeric, ginger, or cayenne. Add 1 tablespoon of seeds daily. Use herbs liberally: parsley, cilantro, basil, mint. Squeeze fresh lemon over cooked meals. Choose spices in their pure form. Avoid seasoning mixes with hidden salt or sugar. Avoid garlic salt. Seasoning blends with MSG. Candied or oil-roasted seeds. Excess black pepper if you have reflux. The right herbs, spices, and toppings can turn an ordinary lunch into a circulation-enhancing, artery-protecting meal. They boost nitric oxide, fight inflammation, and support flexible vessels, all without changing your main ingredients. The assembly: how to build the perfect circulation plate. Most people know which foods are healthy, but they don't know how to combine them into a single lunch that boosts nitric oxide, stabilizes blood pressure, and keeps arteries flexible for the rest of the day. The circulation plate fixes that. Heart-healthy foods work best in combinations, not isolation. Pairing nitric oxide vegetables with clean proteins, slow carbs, and healthy fats creates a meal that improves blood flow, reduces vessel stiffness, smooths post-meal blood pressure, lowers oxidative stress, supports afternoon energy without spikes. The problem is that most lunches trigger the opposite: salty sauces, heavy oils, refined carbs, and protein cooked in inflammatory fats. A properly assembled circulation plate helps your arteries relax, not react. Inside your body: when you assemble your lunch using the right structure, 3 powerful processes activate. Nitric oxide rises, allowing vessels to widen and blood to move smoothly. Antioxidants calm inflammation, protecting the endothelium after eating. Fiber plus lean protein, slow digestion, preventing BP spikes and cholesterol surges. A circulation plate is designed to support these processes automatically. No calorie counting or complex rules required. Dr. Insight: cardiologists often point out that the healthiest lunch patterns follow 3 principles. Half the plate vegetables, especially beets, greens, and crucifers. Palm-sized portion of lean protein for stable blood sugar. Quarter plate slow carbs, never refined ones. 2 tablespoons of healthy fats, especially olive oil or avocado. This structure is linked to better endothelial function, lower BP, lower LDL oxidation, and reduced afternoon fatigue. Real-world example: imagine 2 lunches. Lunch A, a sandwich, chips, and a sugary drink. Lunch B, a circulation plate with greens, salmon, quinoa, olive oil, and citrus. Lunch A spikes BP, stiffens vessels, and drops energy by 3 p.m. Lunch B relaxes vessels, stabilizes BP, and keeps circulation steady through the afternoon. Same total calories, completely different impact on arteries. Here's something people never realize. Arteries react to a meal within minutes. They either tighten or relax based on what's on your plate. How to assemble the circulation plate, step by step. Step 1. Fill half your plate with nitric oxide vegetables. Use a mix of colors and textures: beets, arugula, spinach, mixed greens, broccoli, red cabbage. This creates the vascular base layer. Step 2, add a palm-sized portion of clean protein. Choose one: salmon, sardines, grilled chicken, lentils, beans, tofu. Protein stabilizes blood sugar and supports vessel repair. Step 3, add 1/4 plate of slow, BP-friendly carbs. Choose one: quinoa, brown rice, farro, sweet potato, chickpeas. These carbs keep energy stable and prevent post-lunch BP spikes. Step 4, add healthy fats for artery flexibility. Use at least one of these: 1 to 2 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil, 1/4 avocado, a sprinkle of nuts or seeds, tahini drizzle. These fats protect arteries from oxidative stress. Step 5, add circulation-boosting toppings. These magnify blood flow and flavor: lemon or citrus, garlic, ginger, turmeric, black pepper, sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds. This final layer turns a healthy lunch into a heart-optimized meal. A perfect circulation plate is simple: 50% nitric oxide vegetables plus 25% clean protein plus 25% slow carbs plus 2 tablespoons healthy fats plus circulation-boosting toppings. This structure keeps your arteries relaxed, your blood flowing smoothly, and your BP stable for the rest of the day. The one-day circulation lunch routine. Most people think heart-healthy eating requires complicated rules, but your arteries don't need complexity. They need rhythm. When your lunch consistently delivers nitric oxide boosters, clean proteins, flexible fat sources, and slow-burning carbs, your circulation stays smooth for the rest of the day. This simple routine gives your heart the nutrients it needs when afternoon pressure tends to rise. Morning prep: setting up your circulation plate. Before lunch. Your circulation routine actually begins before noon. What you prepare in the morning determines whether your lunchtime meal relaxes your arteries or strains them. Start the day by prepping 3 essentials. Your base: a container filled with leafy greens, spinach, arugula, romaine, or pre-cut nitric oxide vegetables, beets, cucumbers, celery. Your protein: cooked chicken breast, boiled eggs, lentils, tofu, chickpeas, or pre-grilled salmon. Your healthy fats: a small portion of olive oil, half an avocado, or a tablespoon of mixed seeds. This sets the stage for an artery-friendly lunch you can assemble in minutes. No decision fatigue, no guessing, no skipping meals. Midday: building the perfect heart-healthy lunch without overthinking. Lunch is the most important meal for circulation because it fuels the hours when blood pressure naturally rises, early afternoon to early evening. The goal is to keep blood flow steady, reduce arterial tension, and avoid post-meal spikes. Here's how to assemble your daily circulation plate. 1. Start with nitric oxide boosting vegetables, half your plate. Fill your plate with a large serving of greens and no rich vegetables. This gives your arteries the signal to relax. Spinach or arugula, beets or beet shreds, cucumbers, celery, red cabbage, carrots. These vegetables improve endothelial function, lower vessel stiffness, and stabilize BP through the afternoon. 2. Add your clean, lean protein, 1/4 of the plate. Protein helps stabilize blood sugar and keeps you full without causing inflammation. Ideal lunchtime proteins include salmon, sardines, or tuna, skinless chicken, tofu or tempeh, lentils, beans, or chickpeas, boiled eggs. This portion supports nitric oxide balance and prevents post-meal energy crashes that tighten vessels. 3. Include healthy fats for artery flexibility, 1 to 2 tablespoons. Healthy fats carry antioxidants and polyphenols that protect arteries from oxidative stress. Extra virgin olive oil, avocado, mixed seeds, chia, flax, pumpkin, sesame, hemp, walnuts or almonds. These fats help maintain smooth blood flow by reducing inflammation and improving vessel elasticity. 4. Add slow carbs for stable blood sugar, 1/4 of the plate. Smart carbs prevent afternoon BP spikes. Choose quinoa, brown rice, sweet potatoes, whole grain pita, barley or farro. These slow-burning carbs keep your energy even and protect your arteries from sugar-induced constriction. Afternoon stability, why your lunch matters. Hours later, what you eat at midday shapes how your arteries behave long after you finish eating. A circulation-friendly lunch keeps you stable by preventing insulin spikes, protecting nitric oxide levels, reducing inflammation, improving hydration through water-rich vegetables, avoiding post-meal BP increases. This is why the circulation plate is designed around balance, not restriction. Each component plays a role in keeping your vessel walls relaxed and responsive. Evening benefits. The silent advantage of a smart lunch. A heart-healthy lunch doesn't just help you through the afternoon, it sets you up for a better evening. By reducing oxidative stress and stabilizing blood sugar earlier in the day, your body enters the evening with lower vessel tension, smoother circulation, less inflammation, better nitric oxide levels, fewer cravings for salty, heavy foods. This means your dinner naturally becomes cleaner and your BP stays more stable overnight. Dr. Insight. Cardiologists emphasize that consistency at lunch is one of the strongest predictors of better BP and improved arterial health. Research shows that meals rich in greens, lean proteins, omega-rich fats, and slow carbs improve flow-mediated dilation, lower LDL oxidation, and support smoother vessel relaxation throughout the day. Your lunch doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to follow this simple framework. The circulation plate gives your arteries exactly what they need: nitric oxide, lean protein, anti-inflammatory fats, and slow carbohydrates. Building this plate every afternoon keeps your blood flowing smoothly, protects vessel walls, and helps maintain stable BP from midday to night. Conclusion. A healthy heart isn't built through complicated diets, it's built through simple, deliberate choices repeated every day. The circulation plate gives you a clear, practical way to support lower blood pressure, smoother blood flow, and cleaner arteries with every lunch you eat. When your plate includes nitric oxide boosting vegetables, lean proteins, heart protective fats, slow digesting carbohydrates, and circulation enhancing herbs and seeds, your arteries stay more flexible, your energy becomes steadier, and your heart works with less strain. You don't have to change everything at once. Start by upgrading one part of your lunch, add more greens, choose a cleaner protein, switch to a healthier oil, or sprinkle circulation-boosting toppings. Over time, these small adjustments build a powerful foundation for long-term heart health. If this video helped you, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and not medical advice. Thanks for watching.